I asked a simple question on my YouTube community tab. Have you lost motivation to keep making money with Amazon KDP? The results honestly shocked me. Out of over 100 people, 40% said they have completely lost motivation. Another 33% said they are struggling but still trying. That's nearly 3 out of 4 creators feeling stuck, burnout, or just tired. If that's you, you are not alone. And in this video, we are going to talk about exactly why this happens and how to get back on track, realistically, in 2025. The most common reason people feel this way is simple. It all starts with unrealistic expectations. Think about it. When Amazon KDP beginners search on YouTube, what do they usually see? Titles like, "How I made $10,000 per month with KDP," right? Big numbers, bold claims, sometimes even numbers with decimal points to make it feel more real. And naturally, we click those videos. Why? Because they appear more real, specific, and trustworthy, suggesting the creator is sharing exact proven results. Now, I am not here to judge every creator who uses those titles. But the truth is, many of those videos set the wrong expectations. They make it seem like KDP is a shortcut to passive income, when in reality, it's not a shortcut at all. Amazon KDP is a business, and if you don't treat it like one, if you come in expecting easy money for minimal effort, you are almost guaranteed to feel disappointed, frustrated, and eventually lose motivation. That's the mindset trap most beginners fall into. And it is one of the biggest reasons why people give up after just a few months. Let me give you a personal example. On July 31st, 2019, I published my first low content book on Amazon. And as you can probably imagine, things were very different back then. There were way fewer creators, and AI-generated books weren't flooding the platform like they are today. And I wasn't starting from zero. I had some experience with e-commerce and Amazon in general. So I already had a rough idea about how to write titles, search for keywords, and do some basic search engine optimization. And surprisingly, one of my early books actually sold organically just 5 days after I uploaded it. But here's what I really want you to hear. That was 2019. It's not the same game anymore. I wish it was still that easy to sell your first book within days, but if you don't, please know that it's totally okay. Because honestly, it is the same for me now too. To give you more perspective, it took me 7 months to earn my first $100. That was in February 2020, when I sold 91 books without running any ads. And it took me 18 months to earn my first $1,000. In January 2021, I sold 995 books, again without any ads. By that point, I had around 600 low-content books published. Now, of course, your journey might look different. If you put in more time than I did, or if you have a budget for ads, you might reach these milestones faster. That's one of the reasons I share everything I have learned here on YouTube to help speed up your process if I can. But if you haven't hit those milestones yet, that's okay too. Because honestly, if I were starting today, I'm pretty sure it would take even longer to reach $100 or $1,000. As I said, it's not the same game anymore. It's much harder now. And that's exactly why you need to adjust your expectations and play the long game. Now let's talk about one of the biggest reasons people burn out with Amazon KDP. They expect big results without a big ad budget or a large number of books. And let's be real, most of us don't have thousands of dollars to spend on ads every month. So if you are relying on organic sales, meaning no paid ads, then you need to have many books live on Amazon across different niches. And yes, I have heard people say quality matters more than quantity. But I don't fully agree with that idea. Here's how I see it. Quality is a must. It's not optional. But at the same time, you also need quantity. You need to publish as many high quality books as you can. It's like fishing. If you want a better chance of catching something, you need more lures in the water. As I mentioned earlier, when I first hit the $1,000 per month milestone, I had around 600 low content books published. So if you currently have, let's say, 20 low content books live and you are expecting to earn $1,000 a month with zero ads, I have to be honest with you, that's not very realistic. I am not saying it's impossible, but it's very rare unless you are driving a lot of traffic from external platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. In fact, I explained this in detail in my video about Cocoa coloring books, which went viral thanks to their strong branding and external marketing. Now, I can't give you an exact number of how many books you need to publish to make $1,000 because it depends on many factors. Your design skills, keyword research, niche selection, and even your covers. But here's something more concrete. Since Amazon's KDP title creation limit was introduced in September 2023, most of us can publish up to 3 low content books per day. So if you wanted to reach 600 books like I had, you need to upload 3 books every single day for at least 7 months. And let's be honest, doing keyword research, designing interiors, and creating covers for 3 books every single day is not easy. So realistically, it's going to take longer than 7 months for most people. That's why I'm saying this again. Not to discourage you, but to protect you from false expectations. It's completely normal to see slow results at the beginning. And that doesn't mean you are failing. It just means you are in the learning phase. So instead of getting frustrated, use that time to build your skills, keyword research, design, niche analysis, search engine optimization. That's the only way to reduce the time it takes to see real success. Okay, I could go on listing more reasons why people lose motivation with Amazon KDP. But I'd rather focus now on what to expect and what to do moving forward, especially in 2025. As you all know, starting from June 10th, 2025, Amazon made a big change. The royalty rate for books priced below certain thresholds, like under $9.99, dropped from 60% down to 50%. I talk about this in detail in my previous videos, including my expectations before the change and my first results after. But to summarize it here, this new policy is a real challenge for all of us who want to earn money from low content books in 2025 and beyond. As I said in my previous videos, more than 50% of my total income still comes from very simple low content books like notebooks, journals, and logbooks. So I had to make adjustments. When I updated the pricing for those books, I made the decision to lower my profit margins. For example, if I was earning around $1 per sale before the change, now I am making more like 60 cents or 80 cents per sale on most of those titles. I did this for a simple reason. I wanted to keep my prices aligned with market averages. Because when I check the search results, I honestly don't think pricing something like a line notebook at $9.99 makes sense, not in most cases. Especially in categories like line notebooks or squared notebooks, the FBA sellers, those branded products with prime shipping, are way more competitive than our independently published KDP books. So I want to say this, especially to beginners thinking about starting with low content books. I am sorry to say it, but even if you lower your margins, this royalty change will most likely make it take longer to hit your income milestones. Because now you are simply earning less per sale than in previous years. And like I mentioned earlier, I am also personally expecting to earn less from these books in 2025 and beyond, even with hundreds of books already published. That's why nowadays I'm actively researching different niches, ones where I can price books closer to $9.99 and still keep a healthy profit margin. As I explained in my previous videos, since my profit margins have always been quite low for most of my low content books, I never ran ads on any of them. There simply wasn't enough margin to justify the costs. But things are changing. Once I finish some of my upcoming releases, which are not just basic notebooks, I'm planning to start testing ads for the first time. And of course, I will share my entire experience right here on this channel. Now, if you are a beginner, I don't recommend jumping straight into ads. Honestly, it can be demotivating. If your books aren't converting and you are spending money, it's easy to get frustrated and quit. Instead of investing money upfront, I suggest you wait until you start earning some royalties, then reinvest a portion of that into ads later. My last piece of advice is this: if you are relying on Amazon KDP as your only income source, I strongly recommend building other streams of income too. Because honestly, it may take longer than you expected to see real results with KDP, especially in 2025. Right now, things are a bit more complicated and uncertain when it comes to long-term strategies with any online business, not just KDP. That's why the most important thing we can do is adapt to the changes, stay realistic, and always look for new opportunities. I am doing the same. I am actively exploring other income sources alongside KDP, and I plan to share those experiences with you right here on this channel. So if you found this video helpful and want to stay updated, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.